Follow your heart line, it knows all about you. Do you want to know what kind of personality is really inside you, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and how your dark side is doing, which means that part of our character that is hidden but still plays an important role? The art of palmistry has been known to humanity for a long time, in the first advanced civilizations, such as in the Egypt of the pharaohs and in Mesopotamia, where the people who mastered it were highly respected. Unfortunately, nowadays it has fallen somewhat into disrepute, but still, in our video today, we will dedicate ourselves to the heart line and its unique message. If you look at the palms of your hands, it is that long and clearly defined line that starts at the edge of the hand and ends below the fingers. Depending on its path, this direction indicates the course of your emotional and spiritual world. If you are not yet part of our amazing community, we invite you to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more interesting posts in the future. Number 1. Your heart line ends below the middle finger. Inside you is an intelligent personality, with excellent judgment, as many things seem to happen easily for you and fall into your lap. You tend to see the world as your stage and consider many things as granted. Be careful not to be dazzled by the amount of money and possessions someone has. You tend to want to belong at all costs, but it's people like you who could make the world a diverse and colorful place if you stepped out of the shadow into the light. This conflict sometimes causes your self-confidence to suffer a little. On one hand, you are someone who, when looking in the mirror in the morning, seriously wonders, what does it cost the world? But on the other hand, it is uncomfortable for you not to fit into the norm. Some of your colleagues attract you and want to be like them, but remember that there are already adapted people who swim with the current and howl with the wolves. It's better to be different and be yourself. In palmistry, the heart line reflects not only a person's love and emotional life, but also their willingness to self-love and self-acceptance. People with a heart line that ends below the middle finger are often seen as charismatic and confident, able to attract the attention of those around them. However, they may also face challenges related to self-confidence and authenticity. It is important for them to find a balance between seeking social acceptance and self-determination. Number 2. Your heart line ends between the index finger and the middle finger. You are a very warm and caring person who always has the well-being of others in mind. For you, there is only we, and your ego takes a back seat. However, this altruistic view unfortunately means that you often lack affection and love. This sets you apart from the so-called modern, good, and saints, because you would have absolutely nothing against getting a piece of the big love cake. However, the people you meet only want to be healed, cared for, and pampered by you, but are not suitable as partners. You should seek a strong personality who can protect you, and sometimes even from yourself. Your kindness is endless, but if no one takes care, it can follow paths that are unhealthy or compatible. You would give your last shirt for others, and that would definitely be too good. People whose heart line ends between the index finger and the middle finger are often described as idealistic and altruistic. They have a strong inclination to help others and deeply value collective well-being. However, they may face challenges related to balancing giving and receiving affection. Learning to establish healthy boundaries can be crucial for these people to avoid emotional exhaustion and disappointment. Number 3. Your heart line ends below the index finger. Love is an important part of your life, including physical love. You are an extremely sensual person who is comfortable with your sexuality and needs partners who feel the same. Life is for you a completely enjoyable experience that you want to explore and discover with all your senses. When it comes to making decisions, your heart always speaks louder than reason. Your intuition is very strong and rarely wrong. People who meet you are immediately captivated by your aura and magical attraction. You are a charismatic type who can shine with charm, humor, and captivating self-confidence. When you love, you do it with all your senses, and often this leads to a true fire of passion. However, those who are in the crosshairs of your anger should prepare themselves, as you make no compromises in any area of your life. For you, there is only all or nothing, and that is probably the most honest way to live, but not everyone can handle it. People with a heart line ending below the index finger are often seen as passionate and intense. They have a loving and sensual nature, and their life is characterized by a constant search for intense and meaningful experiences. However, they can also be prone to impulsiveness and emotional intensity, which can lead to conflicts and interpersonal difficulties. Finding a balance between passion and reason can be a challenge for these people. Number 4. Your heart line ends between the thumb and index finger. You are what is called an altruistic person. All your intentions are sincere and honest, and you would never consciously harm anyone. Living in harmony with your conscience is very important to you, and you would prefer to suffer a personal disadvantage than act against your convictions and values. People like you are a rare asset, but unfortunately are often exploited and ridiculed. Your calling can be found in a social or volunteer profession, where you can prove your love for people 24 hours a day, even to the point of complete self-sacrifice. You don't understand why not all people are as caring and empathetic as you. The world's misery and the coldness of some people deeply distress you, and you feel personally affected, even if it is not directed against you. All this honors you very much, but makes your life harder than it should be. People whose heart line ends between the thumb and index finger are often seen as altruistic and conscientious. They are motivated by a strong sense of morality and personal integrity, always seeking to act according to their principles. However, they may be vulnerable to exploitation and may feel discouraged by the injustices of the world. Finding a balance between helping others and taking care of themselves can be crucial for the emotional well-being of these people. A toast to the heart line, which unites more than it separates. The art of palmistry has fascinated human beings since ancient times. What was once highly respected today is at most a party joke or amusement park trick. But what if the lines on our palms really reveal the truth about us? The heart line would then be an invaluable source of information, as it is responsible for emotions and spirituality, saying a lot about our character and our good and bad qualities. Depending on where it ends, this testimony can be favorable or less favorable for us. Palmistry, although seen by some as pseudoscience, continues to intrigue many for its ability to offer introspection into our emotional and spiritual nature. The heart line, in particular, is considered one of the most important, reflecting not only our romantic relationships, but also our willingness for self-love, empathy, and emotional expression. Learning about these lines can help us better understand ourselves and others, allowing us to explore our qualities and areas for personal growth. Take the test, it doesn't hurt to know yourself a little better. The chances of making new and interesting acquaintances are very good, so let's put our hand in the fire. Thank you very much for listening, and see you soon.